Imagine it's 11:00 p.m. The bedroom lights are off. The only thing illuminating the room is the cold blue glare of a smartphone screen. On that screen, a banking app is open. Checking account, 0.12 savings account, 2026. Combined, that's not even enough to buy a cheap cup of drip coffee at a gas station. And that person is just staring at the screen, paralyzed. This is the real-life story of Grant Sabatier. At 24 years old, Grant was living a nightmare. On Instagram, his peers were traveling the world. On LinkedIn, old classmates were celebrating major promotions. Meanwhile, Grant had just been laid off. His savings were completely wiped out, and his self-esteem was shattered. Out of absolute desperation, he had to pack up his life and move back into his childhood bedroom with his parents. In America, moving back in with your parents at 24 comes with a brutal stigma. Society instantly labels you a failure. But the worst part wasn't what other people were thinking. The worst part was what Grant was thinking about himself. Every single night at the dinner table, the exact same painful scene played out. Food on the plate, parents sitting across from him, and a suffocating, uncomfortable silence. Then came the inevitable question, "Any luck with the job search, honey?" He would force a weak smile and say, "Still looking. Working on a few leads." But internally, with every single rejection, his self-respect chipped away. Grant sent out over 200 resumes to more than 200 companies in just 2 months. Every morning, he refreshed his inbox with a racing heart, hoping for a break. And every single day, it was nothing but disappointment. No interview calls, no replies, just automated rejection emails or pure silence. Slowly, the dark thoughts started creeping in. Am I not good enough? Is my college degree completely worthless? Has my entire life gone in the wrong direction? One day the frustration boiled over. He couldn't breathe inside that house anymore. He walked out, found an empty field, and just collapsed onto his back. Staring at the vast open sky, a hurricane of anxiety raged inside his chest. He asked himself, I went to a great university. I got good grades. I did everything right. So why the hell am I broken, stuck here? Then he remembered a piece of advice his dad had given him years prior. Just take any high-paying job first. You'll learn to like it later. Grant had done exactly that. He had chased a high-paying corporate gig that he absolutely despised, simply because it made him look successful to the outside world. But the truth was, he was selling his soul every single day for a life that didn't even belong to him. And now, no job, no money, no direction, and most dangerously, was running out of hope. Right there, lying in that open field, something clicked. Grant made a radical decision that would alter the course of his life forever. I am no longer going to live my life in reaction mode. From this moment on, I am going to design it. He reasoned, if I have absolutely nothing right now, then I have absolutely nothing left to lose. So why the hell am I thinking small? He set a goal that sounded borderline insane at the time. He told himself, I am going to build a net worth of $1.25 million. At that moment, he didn't even have $125 to his name. Set a specific number. Why? Because until your target is crystal clear, your direction will always remain blurry. For the next 5 years, Grant went into pure obsession mode. He didn't rely on fleeting motivation. He relied on pure obsession. He devoured every personal finance book he could find. He studied investing, tax strategies, cutting expenses, and scalable business models. He landed a day job, but he didn't stop there. He launched multiple side hustles, took on freelance digital marketing gigs, networked ruthlessly, and started 2 separate companies. Did he fail? Constantly. There were countless nights when he stared at his ceiling thinking, this isn't going to work either. But one thing remained completely unshakable, his commitment. Every single night before his head hit the pillow, he asked himself one brutal question. What did I do today to move closer to my financial freedom? If the answer was nothing, he wouldn't let himself sleep until he made some form of tangible progress. Fast forward 5 years later, just 5 years, Grant Sabatier reached complete financial independence. His investment portfolio had grown so large that his daily living expenses were completely covered by his returns, without him ever needing to work a standard job again. Working was no longer a matter of survival. It was entirely a choice. He eventually detailed this entire blueprint in his best-selling book, Financial Freedom. If a guy with less than $3 in his bank account can completely rewrite his destiny in 5 years, what is our excuse? This story isn't just about money. It's about clarity, taking 101% radical responsibility and permanently discarding the victim mindset. Grant didn't waste time blaming the system, his parents, or the job market. He held himself accountable, and that is the exact day his life began to change. Grant's biggest takeaway was that financial freedom is a staircase that must be climbed step by step. It is a structured mathematical journey. Every stage you conquer eliminates a toxic emotion. First fear disappears, then stress, then obligation, and finally, total dependency. Let's break down the 7 real stages of financial freedom so you can map out your own blueprint. Stage 1 is clarity. This starts with an uncomfortable reality check. If you stop working today, how much money do you actually need every month to survive comfortably? Suppose your baseline living expenses are $5,000 a month. That means you need $60,000 a year. To ensure you don't have to work for the next 25 years, you multiply that by 25, which equals $1,500,000. That $1.5 million is your ultimate freedom number. Financial freedom is a strict mathematical target. When clarity arrives, urgency follows. When urgency hits, action happens. Stage 2 is self-sufficiency. This means standing firmly on your own 2 feet. You cover your own rent, groceries and bills without asking your parents or credit cards for help. Even if you only have $20 left over at the end of the month, you are independent. This is the stage that builds your foundational character. Stage 3 is breathing room. At this stage, you have successfully saved 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in a high-yield savings account. If your company announces layoffs or your car breaks down, your life isn't over. For the first time, fear evaporates, and genuine confidence begins to take its place. Stage 4 is stability. This means deep sleep and zero toxic debt. You have completely wiped out all high-interest consumer debt, and your credit card balances are zeroed out every month. Combined with your emergency fund, you finally experience what it feels like to sleep deeply, because your life is no longer operating in crisis mode. Stage 5 is flexibility. At this stage, you have saved up 1 to 2 years' worth of living expenses. This gives you massive leverage. If your corporate boss is toxic, you can walk away. If you want to take a risk and pivot your career, you have the runway to do it. Your decisions are no longer driven by immediate financial fear. They are driven by your long-term vision. Stage 6 is financial independence, the ultimate paradigm shift. Your money now works for you. Your investment portfolio has grown to a point where the compounding returns naturally cover your annual cost of living. You work now solely because you enjoy the project or want to pursue a deep passion. Money has officially become your servant. Stage 7 is abundance. This is the final frontier where wealth is overflowing. Your investments generate far more cash flow than you could ever spend. Your focus completely shifts from survival to significance, leaving a lasting legacy. While not everyone will make it to stage 7, absolutely anyone can choose to start at stage 1 today. To transition from an average financial existence to true freedom, you must adopt 5 core principles. Principle number 1, time is significantly bigger than money. Wealthy people use money to buy back their time, while average people trade their time to make a little bit of money. Money can always be earned back. Time cannot. Focus entirely on your highest value activities and outsource the rest. Principle number 2, the 25x rule. If your annual living expenses total $60,000, your financial independence target is $1.5 million. This is based on the historically proven 4% rule. If your money is properly invested, you can safely withdraw 4% of your total portfolio every single year to live on, without ever depleting your principal balance. Principle number 3, harness the real magic of compounding. Compounding is the ultimate financial reward for patience. Avoid the 3 biggest financial traps that destroy wealth: financing an overpriced car, buying way too much house, and taking out massive loans just to fund an over-the-top lifestyle. Give compounding the time to do its job. Principle number 4. Build multi-stream side incomes. Relying on a single corporate income stream is incredibly risky. Use the internet to leverage freelancing, content creation, digital marketing, or consulting. The question is never whether the opportunity exists. It's whether you are willing to master the skill. Principle number 5. Master the ultimate skill, which is selling. Life is sales. Whether you are interviewing for a job or negotiating a higher salary, you are selling your value. When you can sell effectively, you can monetize any skill, scale any business, and write your own paycheck. True financial freedom is a precise combination of total respect for your time, crystal clear mathematical targets, unshakable patience, diverse income streams, and elite communication skills. Are you going to just consume this information and go right back to your old habits? Or are you actually going to execute? Grant Sabatier reached financial freedom in 5 years because he threw away his comfort zone, stopped making convenient excuses, and started executing relentlessly. Even if your bank account is sitting close to zero right now, are you ready to establish your target number? Are you willing to dedicate the next 5 years of your life to buying back your absolute freedom? Every massive life is built entirely on small, daily, disciplined choices. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start small, start right now, but start